Hey guys, Ronald here. Today I'm going to show you how to fix this electric fan which is not working. I'm just going to plug it and then turn it on. Hope you can see it. It's not turning on. In this case, if there is no humming sound or there's a feeling of a little bit of vibration that is trying for the motor to move. In this case, most probably it's a case of a dead thermal fuse. Okay, so we will replace the thermal fuse of this one. Let's plug it out. Brand new thermal fuse that I'm going to use, that I bought online. Okay, so let's open it. Let's remove this swivel control. Let's remove this screw. I hope you can see everything. So if it's your first time, it's going to be a lot helpful for you. By the way, I put this masking tape so that I don't have to put the actual blade later on when we test it. Just for you to show, just to show you that it's running or if it's not running. Okay, it's very dirty. I will have to clean it first. Now let's check this switch button if they are going to register any reading on our multi-tester. Okay, now let's focus on these three switches, which is the speed switch 1, 2, and 3. Watch for the multimeter to move. Okay, they are moving. They are interacting with each other. If that's the case, all the switches are working. Now let's try to test the common line of the motor, this one that goes through the motor of the fan, which is this one. If we are not going to get any reading, it means that the thermal fuse is busted. Okay, we're not getting any reading, so we are going to put in a brand new thermal fuse. Now let's try to test the coil of this fan, if they're still okay, by splicing a little bit of this wire and exposing some of the copper so we can test it. This is one of the beauty of using an analog multimeter, because you don't have to cut this all the way just to test it. If you're going to use a digital multimeter, you will need to cut this all the way just to test it. This time we're not going to cut it all the way. Just expose a little bit of it. Okay, let's try to see. We're going to watch the needle. Watch the needle. Oh, sorry, it's still off. See? It means the coil is still very much alive. The motor is still very much working. We'll just cover it with an electrical tape. Okay, so sorry the video didn't record earlier, but the one thing I did is I cut this blue wire. This wire is the common of the motor, as I've said earlier. It comes from this power, which is the blue wire, goes out in here, transfers to the white wire and goes into the motor. So this is the common of the motor, while the other line, which is the brown wire, if you can see that, goes straight into the switch, and it is the common line of the switch. We are not going to mess around with this. So what we are going to do is we are going to put a thermal fuse. Usually the thermal fuse is located here, but the problem is that when trying to remove all those things, the coil gets broken along the way, and it's hard to reconnect it because they're very thin. So we are going to abandon the thermal fuse in here, and we will put the thermal fuse, the new thermal fuse, somewhere here. By the way, the job of this is that when it gets heated up and it reaches more than 115 degrees Celsius, the power is cut off. It is to protect the electric fan and from burning, and also to protect your house. For the meantime, I am going to show you how to test which line we are going to connect this thermal fuse from these two capacitor lines, and from this all the way from this common line of the motor. When this is in front of you, this should be turning clockwise, so that the air is going to suck from behind and it's going to blow in front of you. Okay, so we're going to test it first at where the proper connection should be. Okay, remember, it should turn clockwise when you're in front of the electric fan. Okay, let's test it. So watch this one. It's turning counterclockwise, as you can see. So it means it should be connected in here. Okay, it's turning clockwise. So this is the right connection. I will just mark it so that I know that this is where we are going to connect the thermal fuse. Okay, so I will just cover this with scotch tape or with electrical tape, this one. But this one, this is where we're going to connect later. Okay, I soldered the thermal fuse into these extension wires, and as shown earlier, one is going to connect from the common motor line, and the other one is going to connect at the right polarity of the capacitor. Okay, let's open this up. By the way, if you are not sure of the proper way it was connected, you can use some markings like this one. I'm going to put it to make it easier for us to remember that it was connected like that. Okay, let's remove it. Let's take this out. Remove it slowly. Okay, this is where we are going to put the thermal fuse, in this area, because it gets hard. This is kind of hard to remove. You will have to cut all those wires to remove the old thermal fuse to replace it. So we're going to abandon that and put our new thermal fuse in somewhere here, so that your appliance is still protected. but we will have to put some PVC shrinkable tubes. I've got some shrinkable tubes that I bought online. So just try which one was going to fit. I think this one. Let's use the red one. Okay. Okay, I have a heat gun. Okay, let's try to put it here. Somewhere here, so that if your appliance or electric fan experiences overheating, the electric fan won't get burned, but just the thermal fuse. Okay, let's use some what's this? Cable ties. Let's put one more. I think that would be enough. There's the marking that I put. Put back the screws. Okay, to summarize, one end of the thermal fuse is going to connect at the right polarity in the capacitor that we have established earlier, and the other end is going to the common connection of the motor coming from the power supply, so that you don't get confused. Okay, I will just connect it like this. We'll wrap it around here. Okay, then put an electrical tape around it. So this one is a process of bypassing the thermal fuse, the old one, but still we are still putting in a new thermal fuse so as to protect your electric fan and your home as well, because sometimes they really get stuck up along the way. Now let's put this capacitor in its place. Okay, and this one goes into this blue wire. Okay, it was very tricky to pull it out in here. This is the power line, which serves as the common of the fan motor. This blue line, this one is it, and this one is the line of the other end of the thermal fuse. Okay, so I just extended it outside so that it's easier for me to connect them together. Put some shrinkable tubes. I'll make it double. Let's put some let's put an actual blade. Let's plug it, turn it on. Okay, it's moving clockwise, so it's the right direction. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching and see you on our next video. Bye.